having quite an impact in a short amount of time. News Nation's Joe Khalil has been working the story from day one. He's back now from Washington again today with us. What's the latest, Joe?
Yeah, so we got two angles to this today, Connell. One is the D.C. Union stats. You just said we're going to hit that in a second. But first, I just want to lay out here, the last couple of days that I've talked to you, we've been in front of a National Guard armored vehicle, or you see troops behind us. There's none of that where I am now, and that is Southeast D.C. This is the Anacostia area where, unfortunately, there is higher level of crime here, whether it's murders or carjackings. And the people that have been here have been sort of asking the question as to why the National Guard isn't here, why the federal agents are not in these parts of D.C. where the crime is objectively higher, rather than at Union Station or in front of the White House or the Washington Monument, which is where we've been over the last couple of days. And some of the folks here have been asking, saying we would welcome the federal presence here, that they need the help. Take a listen, just some of the folks we talked to.
We need help. You know, we want peace, beauty. You know what I'm saying? Stop the killings. Help us, please.
So whether it's National Guard or whether it's just more like D.C. Metro Police, you would take all of it?
I would take all of it. We need help.
Everybody's asking where all these, additional forces are, but we don't see them anywhere. Drive around Southeast and tell me where you see them. This show of force is almost, it seems like it's more of a spectacle for those that are visiting.
The last man you heard from, that's a neighborhood commissioner, Connell. He tells us he doesn't think that the military is the answer, but certainly he says higher presence of law enforcement, more officers, more cops on the ground would certainly help. And again, we've been asking the White House directly why they are not in these kinds of neighborhoods. We haven't gotten a clear answer yet, other than Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt saying that those decisions are made by the interagency task force as to where the Guard is placed.
I feel like that's that's a really interesting perspective from that neighborhood, right? Given what we've talked about, what you've talked about over the last week. Now, on the stats the union guy was putting out over the last week.
Yeah, so they say that this federal takeover is working at reducing the crime. And look at the numbers that the D.C. Police Union has released. And some of these are really striking. 83% carjackings down. Robberies down 46%. Violent crime down 22%. Overall crime down 8%. Now, their sample size, Connell, to be clear, is very small. They've just taken the 5 days before the takeover, comparing it to the 5 days after the Guard was here. But still, these are real numbers that the D.C. Police Union is pointing to, saying it's working.